Hello, this is the Justin, and today we'll be talking about the new Spider-Man 3D reboot that is to be released next year, 2012. It's been a while since I did a video. Figure I'd come back on a pretty weighty subject. A lot of people are really excited about this. I myself, I'm pretty on the fence. I really don't know what to expect. Spider-Man 1 and 2, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Tobey Maguire, uh, were very good movies. 1 and 2. Spider-Man 3 was a travesty that reverted us back at least 10 years as far as comic book movies go. It was flashy, it was loud, it was stupid, and it in no way, shape, form, or fashion mirrored anything from the comics. Uh, it was just a horrible, horrible movie, Spider-Man 3. So I wasn't excited when Raimi was in the works to doing Spider-Man 4. I mean, he even went so far as to say that Felicia Hardy would be in Spider-Man 4, but would be playing a different character, which he was going to create a completely new villain. Yeah, not up to him. He isn't a comic writer, and it's not in his jurisdiction to create such drastic new continuity. I understand the organic webbing, I understand everything like that in the previous movies, but just to come out of nowhere and take a character from the books and make her something completely different when everybody wants to see Black Cat, yeah, that would have been stupid. So I'm really happy that he was kicked off the project, and regardless of what he says, but he was kicked off the project, and really glad to see this new director stepping up. Here goes the thing. First of all, we have to talk about Andrew Garfield. Now, a lot of people like Tobey. I was a big fan of Tobey in Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2, he was a little bit chubbier and he got whinier, and then, but I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man 1 Tobey. To me, he really felt like Steve Ditko's interpretation of Spider-Man. He was awkward looking, he was gawky, um, things like that. One thing I did not like was the fact that he was not a wisecracker. He talked more outside of Spider-Man than he did when he was Spider-Man. I really didn't enjoy that. By the looks of Andrew Garfield, who is pictured here, it looks like he fits. Looks a little bit like John Romita's Spidey, but I don't know. He just looks like how you think Spider-Man would look coming off the pages. Uh, really don't know too much about his acting right now as far as being Peter Parker goes, but he looks the part. Alright, what I really want to talk about is this suit, though. This is the best picture I could find outside of some unofficial set pics, which he has on the mask, and you can look that up. But it looks weird, and it's hard to give a true interpretation of how I feel about it when he doesn't look natural. Like, all the set pics are like candid shots where there's like wires around and he's just like walking and standing still. But this is a very dramatic shot. The one thing about this suit that strikes me is that it is not a drastic departure from the comic suit, but it is definitely different. You can see that the belt is non-existent. It actually does kind of come up the waist, if I'm not mistaken, but it kind of stops midway. The gloves look almost UFC-ish. They're kind of like cut up, and there's a lot of blue protruding through the gloves and things like that. They're actually, like I said, they're better pictures of it. I just like this is like a straight-on shot. And the spider looks okay. The legs look really long. That looks kind of weird to me. I don't know. but it's essentially the same spider that we saw in the other suits, just bigger. One thing I do like about this suit, though, I will have to say, is that I like the material. I just like the way it looks. It doesn't look shiny. It doesn't look silvery. And it looks like I can actually believe him making this suit. It was something about the other suits that I just could not believe, okay, that somebody would make that. Out of all the comic conventions I've been to, out of all the awesome suits I've seen people make, I have yet to see somebody come up with something so original and have it done so wellly crafted, as Peter Parker did in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, where that suit was just like production value, and he just came up with it out of his head. Yeah. But this suit actually looks pretty nice. When you get a full body image, and I do encourage that you go look up some of the set pics, but when you see it full body with the mask on and everything, it's a mixture between a complete departure from the previous movies and yet in some ways almost mirroring the other movies. I really wasn't happy about the mask. I thought that more variation could have been done with the eyes. It's essentially the same mask. I thought that maybe, that the slits could have been a little bit smaller, kind of like the old school Ramita slits, or it could have been a little bit like drastically wide, kind of like Ultimate Spider-Man's eyes, but they're just basically the same. It almost looks exactly like the Spider-Man 1 eyelids. So yeah, this is pretty much my thoughts on the suit as far as that goes. As far as villains go in the movie, we have Doc Connors, who is going to be Lizard. Let's cross our fingers on that one, right? He was supposed to be Lizard how many times before? Yeah, and he wasn't Lizard. But once again, new movie, new direction, he should be Lizard. What I am not happy about, though, is this new villain called Proto Goblin. Why does that not sound right? Yeah, well, it's a new Goblin, and he's red. And he has been featured in the comics, actually. But you would think, with coming into a reboot, you would probably like to use somebody who the fans know a little better, like Scorpion or Rhino. I mean, like, you could have really did it big, especially like this is like, it's supposed to be 3D, the 3D event of 2012. I mean, I don't know, you just could have did something a little bit more. But I guess Lizard's gonna provide that. But we've seen dinosaurs, we've seen Jurassic Park, so it's gonna be cool watching Spider-Man fight Lizard. But I don't know, I really would have loved to see him fight Scorpion. That would have been awesome. Another thing I'm very happy about is web shooters. The web shooters are back. The organic webbing was fine. It worked in the context of the movie, I guess. It was like a quick fix. Let's just give them organic webs. It kind of added to the character, found its way into the comics. But anybody who's a die-hard Spidey fan knows that the web shooters are essential to who he is, because that's like Peter Parker. That's his intellect. That's his genius. This is like really showing how smart this kid is, which I guess would explain the awesome suit. I guess that would, but in even a more technical standpoint. So I'm really happy to see that the web shooters are back. Oh God, just looking at the suit, it's just like Ben Reilly's Spidey suit a little bit. I'm just looking at it right now, yeah. But yeah. What else? I guess that's pretty much all my thoughts on it for right now. Really don't have a lot of info. Really keep a hush hush about this. But let's see if it works. Let's see if the new Goblin works, and And possibly, you know, maybe the director could be doing a Chris Nolan. I mean, we all know Ra's al Ghul, we all know Scarecrow, but a lot of the general public didn't, and that movie turned out awesome. You know, digging real deep, using characters that haven't really been used in movies before. So, you know, this could work. This could work. So far, about the suit, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it about a 7. You really gotta see it in motion. The suit doesn't really make Spidey, but he is a very visual character, and if they don't get the visualization down, if it reminds me of the previous Spider-Man movies, I'm kind of not gonna like it. So I really hope that like the action and everything is really beefed up. Alright, I'm gonna be doing more videos. Leave some comments and don't forget to subscribe.